A research synopsis is commonly required for MS, MPhil, MD, MDS, and PhD programs before beginning the full research project or thesis. Before we begin, I want to share the research synopsis template that I created. This is a general template designed to help you structure your synopsis. Under each heading, you'll find specific writing cues to guide you on what to include. You do not need to cover every point listed. The headings will usually remain the same, but the content under each heading will depend on your research topic, research objectives, research questions, and the research methodology you choose. I have included only the most important elements that are commonly expected in a research synopsis. So use these prompts as a guide rather than a checklist. Now, let's first understand what a research synopsis is. The word synopsis comes from the Greek word synopsis, meaning a general view or an overview. It is a brief, structured overview of a research project that a researcher plans to conduct. It outlines the proposed study by presenting the research topic, background, problem statement, objectives, research questions or hypotheses, literature review, methodology, and the expected contribution of the research. Unlike a completed research report, a synopsis is forward-looking. It describes the research you intend to carry out, not the research you have already completed. Its purpose is to demonstrate that the proposed study is well-planned, academically relevant, and methodologically sound. Now let's move on to the research synopsis format and learn how to write each section step by step. The abstract is usually written after you have completed your research synopsis, even though it appears at the beginning of the document. If you're unsure how to write a strong abstract, I've linked a detailed step-by-step tutorial in the description. Next is the introduction. Follow the prompts on the screen to write each subsection. Start by writing the background of the study. Begin with a brief introduction of your research area, then explain the current situation using recent evidence, describe why the issue is important, discuss its impact, summarize previous research findings, identify what is still unknown, and gradually narrow the discussion toward your specific research problem. After that, write the key concepts section by defining the main concepts or variables using scholarly literature, explaining the meaning adopted in your study, and showing how they connect with your research. Finally, write the theoretical foundation by introducing the theory or model behind your study, explaining its main ideas, assumptions, and constructs, and showing how it supports your research problem and variables. For the literature review, I have linked several detailed videos in the description showing how to find, read, organize, and write research articles using ChatGPT and Google Scholar. Follow the template on the screen. Start with an overview of the current research, then organize the literature into themes. Compare and synthesize the findings. Next, explain the relationships between your study variables, review research from your target country or region, and finish by identifying the research gap that your study will address. Next, write the statement of the problem like a story that leads the reader to one conclusion: this research is needed. Start by describing the current problem, support it with evidence, explain who is affected, identify what existing research has not answered, and end by stating the exact issue your study will investigate. Then write the significance of the study by showing why the research matters, who will benefit from it, and the unique contribution it is expected to make. For the objectives, write one clear overall aim first, then break it into specific, measurable objectives. Convert each objective into a research question by asking exactly what the study will answer. If your study is quantitative, finish with the hypotheses by predicting the expected relationship between the variables through the null and alternative hypotheses. Then comes the methodology. I have linked detailed videos in the description explaining when to choose quantitative, qualitative, or mixed methods, how to select the right research design, how to determine your sample size and sampling technique, and how to identify and define research variables. Follow those videos if you need more guidance. While writing your methodology, remember that every decision should have a clear justification. Your research approach, design, study setting, target population, sampling method, sample size, and variables should all align with your research objectives and questions. Explain not only what you selected, but also why it is the most appropriate choice for your study. Data collection instruments are selected according to your research methodology. I have already linked detailed videos in the description explaining which instrument to choose, when to use it, and how to develop or adapt it. In this section, describe the instrument you will use, explain why you selected it, what it measures, and how the data will be collected. Next, write about validity and reliability. Explain how you will check that your instrument measures what it is supposed to measure and produces consistent results. The video in the description also shows how to test validity and reliability step by step. Next, write the data collection procedure in the exact order the study will be conducted. Start from obtaining approvals and permissions, then explain participant recruitment, informed consent, data collection, recording responses, and secure data storage. Finally, write the ethical considerations by explaining how participants' rights, privacy, confidentiality, informed consent, and data security will be protected throughout the study. Next, write the proposed data analysis by explaining how your collected data will be analyzed, which software and analysis methods you will use, and how the results will answer your research questions or hypotheses. I have linked detailed videos in the description where you can learn descriptive statistics, inferential statistics, t-tests, ANOVA, correlation, regression, p-values, and other statistical analyses step by step. Next, write the expected outcomes by describing what your study is likely to find based on previous research. Focus on expected patterns, relationships, or themes, and write them as predictions rather than confirmed results. Then write the limitations and delimitations by being honest about the study's weaknesses and clearly defining its boundaries. After that, prepare a research timeline by listing each research activity in the order it will be completed. Finally, format your references using your university's required citation style, and attach all supporting documents in the appendices, including research instruments, consent forms, permission letters, and any other relevant materials.